Now we're going to talk about parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines have the same slope. If I have a graph and I have a line here, a line parallel to it, parallel means they never touch, like railroad tracks. They go the same direction. There's always going to be equal space between them. They have to have the same slope. The only thing that'll be different is they would have different y-intercepts. Perpendicular have slopes that are negative reciprocals. Let me explain what that means. If I have the slope of the first line is equal to 1/2, the slope of the line that's perpendicular, and I'm going to write this little thing, perpendicular lines actually are lines that when they cross form 90-degree angle. If I have a line like this, my perpendicular line would go like this, where these are all 90-degree angles. That means that if the slope of the first line is 1/2, the slope of the second line is negative of that, because that's the only way they can really cross at 90-degree angles. If one's positive, then the other has to be negative, or vice versa. And then it would be 2/1. So the reciprocal means that we flip the fraction. Consider the line y equals -7 minus 1/7 x. We're going to put this into our slope-intercept form, which I think will be easier for you to see. I'm just changing the x and the constant. What is the slope of the line perpendicular to this? Well, if the slope is equal to -1/7, then the perpendicular slope is positive, because it's the negative of that, which would make it positive, and it would be 7/1, which is 7. The slope of the line parallel is exactly the same as the original slope, so it's -1/7. This is exactly the same. First I have to find the slope. No matter what I do, I have to find the slope. I already showed you how to find the slope. After that, I know the slope of the line parallel is exactly the same, and the slope of the line perpendicular is the negative reciprocal. I'll do one more. I have -8x plus 3y equals 9. I want it to be y equals mx plus b, so I can find my slope. Add 8x to both sides. And then I have 3y equals 8x plus 9. I divide both sides by 3, which really means I divide everything by 3. And I get y equals 8/3 x plus 3. Now I know my slope, 8/3. That's going to be the same as the slope that's parallel. My parallel slope is 8/3, and my perpendicular slope is the negative reciprocal. Remember, reciprocal means I just flip the fraction. And that is going to be my perpendicular slope. Now, this is a great time to use point slope. Why? Because they give me a point and I know I can find the slope. My slope for this line, y equals m, this is my m, times x plus 6. I know my slope. My line parallel, if I use point slope, they're not telling me which way to do it. I can use point slope. I can say parallel is y minus 2 equals m, which is 1/2, times x minus 1. I have y plus 2 equals 1/2 x minus 1. This is parallel, and it's in point slope. It's not a problem for it to be in point slope. Just leave it in point slope. Unless it says you have to put it in slope intercept or standard form, it doesn't matter what form you put it in. Here I have y plus 2 is equal to 1/2 times x minus 1. Now, look how easy this is going to be. Perpendicular. I have y plus 2 equals, I have the same point. The only thing I have to do is change the slope. Negative, reciprocal. That's it. I have the same exact thing. And then this would be -2. And that's it.